We're seeing more and more electric cars on the roads in Maine as so many people and organizations are looking to become more sustainable. Now that movement towards EVs is happening on the water as well.
Maine now has first ever electric workboat. Joining us this morning to talk about it are Nick Planson from Strater Electric and Chad Strater from the Boat Yard. Guys, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, first of all, let's talk about clean commercial marine power and much more on this and how important it is when it comes to whether you're driving a car or a boat or whatever.
Certainly, yeah. So we've been focused on this for a few years now. We've got a lot of experience with gasoline-powered generators, gasoline-powered boats, diesel as well. And the amount of pollution, the amount of noise, and the amount of maintenance of those gasoline-powered systems really drove us to start pushing forward and proving out that electric alternatives are viable.
What has the response been, so far? Do you think this is still relatively new? People are kind of coming, getting to know this technology?
We've had a lot of great support. I mean, we're not just near the environment, we're in the environment. The boats are in the water, where people are using them for working near oysters and sea farming, which grows right in the water that we're in. So
let's talk about the electric boat. It's been around for a while and you guys are building more. How impressive is it to watch something you guys put together and out there pushing, barges, towing things, and like thousands of pounds of material on board?
It's amazing. It's surpassed all of my expectations. I was a skeptic and an early adapter. So we've pushed giant docks and barges, and it's surpassed all of our expectations.
And you've carried what, up to about 4,000 pounds on deck?
4,000 pounds on deck, and it depends on what the weather is and what the tides are doing, but it really hasn't let us down yet.
And were you ever a skeptic, or was this something you were like, this is always going to work, or this is, super important?
Well, I own 2 road EVs, so I'd say I'm definitely an early adopter as well. It's been an interesting experience about learning what works on the water and what doesn't, and how things have been improving over the past few years. So it's definitely to the point of reliable and now commercializing and expanding the adoption.
Let's talk about the collaboration between your 2 companies, which makes sense because you guys are related, right? I mean, that's what makes it fun for you guys to work together too.
Yeah, so Chad's about to be my brother-in-law, and he comes from a long career in marine construction and related businesses. My background is in solar farms and wind farms and information technology. So about 4 years ago, we started working together and seeing where we could add value and improve things for the commercial working waterfront.
What do you think are some of the biggest benefits to this type of boat?
Well, the lack of maintenance. With a regular internal combustion engine, you have a lot of service work to do seasonally. You have to fuel it up often. You have to change oils. And so far, we haven't really had to do anything to this boat besides, if we back into something and break the cowling or user error. But other than that, we're really impressed with not having to do any work on it.
Can you compare this to traditional boats? Do you see a difference? I mean, I know you hear a difference.
Just like in your electric car, the torque will blow you away. It has a giant bronze wheel that'll just deliver instant torque to the water and pick the boat right out of the water. And we have to tell everybody to hold on when we take them out for a test spin, or else they'll slide right out the back.
And so these boats that we're building, they're built from the ground up to be electrically powered. So the batteries are below deck, which saves all of that space on board for working. We're partnered with Atlantic Marine Boats on some of that design work. And this boat is powered by Flux Marine. They're based out of Rhode Island, and it's got a 100 horsepower equivalent outboard, but that's kind of at higher speeds, whereas at lower, it's more like a 175 horse.
How long do they take to make, and how many are you working on currently?
We can build the new one in about a month. It'll take a little bit longer once we get to installing the battery packs, and we're building, a couple a year at this point, and we hope to scale up from there.
Do you find that it works the same no matter what season? This boat's out there in the winter too.
Well, we got it at the end of last summer, so we had all winter to test it. We put in over 150 hours just out in the winter you know, breaking ice, doing deliveries of freight to islands and things like that. So far, we haven't tested it for a whole summer, so we're going to find out what that's all about.
Where do you see this going in the future?
So I see it, at least on the electric boat side, it won't replace all of the boats out there, because if you're going really far distances, you know, a diesel hybrid setup makes more sense right now. But I would say most of the smaller working vessels, this one's about 26 feet, can certainly be electrically powered now. One thing to think about is where you're going to charge it overnight. You don't need a fast charger. We're using just a regular level 2 charger at our facility, and it works great to just charge it up overnight, and it's ready every day to go to work.
How's demand been for orders?
Well, I mean, people want to see it work, so that's kind of my business. We do marine construction, so when people see us out on the water every day in this thing, then they know that it's working. That should drive demand.
All right.
And the development of this was grant funded from a number of sources, so it really is an innovative system, and we wanted to test it out ourselves in real world applications before really marketing it, which is now that's the stage that we're at.
Awesome. Is there a website where people can find out more?
Definitely. So you can go to theboatyard.me, and you can go to shredelectric.com.
Yeah, great. And it can do an hour worth of water skiing too, you said.
Absolutely, yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds
we have
like
some
fun.
footage we'll send you.
Oh,
there
that'd
you
be
go.
great.